Denver Nuggets are at plus 12,500 to win the NBA championship. They're at plus 25,000 to win the Western Conference and plus 10,000 to win the Northwest Division. It was a season to forget for the Nuggets, who missed the playoffs for the second straight year, and their 30 wins was the lowest total since 17 in 2003. They fired Brian Shaw and are now led by Mike Malone, and expectations still aren't high for the Nuggets, which should help them get back to respectability, although maybe not this year. It was a busy offseason for the Nuggets, who traded Ty Lawson to Houston for Joey Dorsey, Nick Johnson, Kostas Papanikolaou, Pablo Prigioni, a first-round pick, and some cash. They went on to waive Dorsey and Prigioni. That allowed Denver to draft Emmanuel Mudiay with the 7th pick, and he fell that far because he wound up playing in China instead of going to SMU. Denver also gave $46.5 million over 4 years to Wilson Chandler. The Nuggets were 12th in the NBA last season in scoring, and even though Lawson is gone, Mudiay and Jameer Nelson should be able to steer the offense. Also, that means an increased role for Danilo Gallinari, who played just 59 games, but after averaging 8.2 points before the All-Star break, he put up 18.6 following and promptly got injured. That gives the Nuggets a solid 3-man rotation at forward with Gallinari, Chandler, and Kenneth Faried, who led the team in rebounding. The Nuggets also have some athletes on this team, and if nothing else, they can get up and down the floor. Malone has to instill some discipline into the Nuggets, who allowed 105 points per game, and only 3 teams were worse: Sacramento, who tied with Denver and started out last season coached by Malone, the Los Angeles Lakers, and Minnesota. Jusuf Nurkic is decent in the middle, and the Nuggets traded Timofey Mozgov to Cleveland before the deadline, while it remains to be seen if the rest of this team can play defense. The shooting guard spot is a mess, as Randy Foye is listed as the starter, backed up by Gary Harris and Will Barton. If Mudiay can't make the starting point guard spot from Nelson, who is still a consummate professional and can teach the rookie a few things, the Nuggets are really going to be in trouble. This team is fairly devoid of superstars, and that's a problem in the NBA. Without Lawson, they don't look like they have any all-star caliber players. And when you look at the other teams in the division, like Utah, Minnesota, and Oklahoma City, who are on their way up, it leaves Denver as the worst team in the Northwest. Denver shouldn't be expected to do too much this season, and not finishing last in the Northwest would be considered an accomplishment. The player to watch here is Mudiay, who was touted as a top 3 pick before he went to China, where he actually played well but slipped off the radar for a lot of scouts. Regardless of how well he plays, this is not a playoff team for at least another year or 2. Join us for more Denver Nuggets betting information and statistics at the Bang the Book Betting Center. And don't forget that the Bang the Book Betting Center is your best resource for sports betting information before you make your weekly assault on the sports books.